And it seems to be a mixture of copper... copper? Yeah, copper and plastic. Hey, operator. How's it going? So plastic is just a delivery thing, which is probably a coal thing. Alright. It's starting to look like it's going to be one of those outposting adventures. So you didn't unload... Okay. This probably needs a load balance redo. Alright, so that'll be the first adventure. Yeah, all the coal trains are going into the one location. Yeah, I was actually a little bit late getting on. I was distracted. Sam Melander's doing the frontier map. It's quite funny. Try to do 14 to get Megabase, yeah. There's too many changes to really... Even 15, dropping back to 14 is rough. Things like the map view, it's really hard to do... Alone is really hard to deal without. I'm actually thinking I might tomorrow start a new base, just as a separate... I'll keep on with this one, but I'll start a new map. Just because I haven't done much early game in a long time. I want to go there. Also, I've got the coffee in hand still. It's lukewarm. That's good nonetheless. Ah, worst. Still running on that accumulator. Oh yeah, I haven't actually read the fun facts yet. Hey Mima! I should have a look at that. So finally declared it stable. Oh, it just came out, yeah. Normally it comes out like 6 AM. Red belt of each module. I could do a yellow belt of each module just to cap it off at something sensible. But that's a pretty big base actually. I like it, the first word is, the first line is, our seeding thinks that we have the least amount of bugs in the game that we ever had. Oh dear. First steps in improving the campaign in 17, okay. Mini tutorials. Improve the quality of the tutorials, okay. That'll be these things here, these things, which you can actually break quite easily. These are, I think it was the bots one in particular, you can break quite easily. Maybe a single yellow belt. They announced a .18. I haven't actually down that far yet. GUI rewrite is still ongoing, I'm guessing. Both change the way it works. Some drafts already published, and yeah, new graphics backend. So that's getting rid of. That's the graphics backend is getting rid of the what's it, Allegro. In-game Factorio Peter. Thank you for the sub. Seems it was yesterday. What is it? 9 months now. Damn. So long. I think there's going to be a lot of resubs, just because I haven't been on. I think you're... I'd have to look it up again, but I think you're one of the first. I can't remember now. But it's very close to. Spidertron, yeah. Better handling of car latency state. Better fluid physics, that's finally fixing the fluids. Organised playtesting for new GUI campaigns and tutorials before release. Possibly playtesting before release. Oh yeah, the second line, the big picture. 17 is a 1.0 candidate. Yeah, but because of the big changes, it's going to have to go to 18. That makes sense. You sure there were? Yeah, there were before you. Hey, Kotanuki, how's it going? Thank you very much for the resub there. Just reading the fun facts. I know you can't see it at the minute. I'm just looking at the seeding things from 1631. I think I remember that. Ah, cheat engine script. Hey, Samalander. How's it going? How's the frontier going? Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is coffee. Hey, Grumpy. Soda. How's that frontier map treating you? Almost got oil. Right. I wanted to move across this death trap. Up to here. It's hard solo. Yeah, it is actually... there. Where's the signal for this thing there? Let's do... Nah, let's not do that. Let's do that instead. There it is, hashtag. Ooh, hiccups. Coffee hiccups. Hashtag everything is fine. As far as laying out track goes, it is an art form in itself. Something that I actually do is alternate, like on here, because everything's very close, I haven't so much there. You can see I've actually got 3 junctions right next to each other. But I have been alternating what I get from around here. Oh. Attacks. Bad attacks. Oh yeah, the research finished just as I started, so that's mining productivity 400. It's time to do the big one. That explains why it's running at 60-60. How's the train controller doing it? How is your train control doing? LTN did. Oh, LTN didn't work so well. Right. Yeah, I don't understand LTN, would you believe? Strange. Because I've tried it. But the mod's supposed to serve the same function. Tweaking rail signals? Yeah, so all the coal trains keep going into the first thingy. I know. Or do I? I probably don't. What am I doing? I don't know. Yawning a lot. I need that. Down here. Along there. Yeah. Let's take up that. I don't need that. I think it's been too long since I've done one of these. Mr. Bunker, thank you for the sub there. 9 months. Yeah, you're pretty close to the first one as well. Can't stay? Ah, oh well. Yeah, so good to be back. Silly question. How do you do in and out? How Do you do out and in or patch without loop? Fat boy not so slim. I love a monster. There they go. And yeah. There it is. Love a monster. Forgot Twitch Prime doesn't renew automatically. It doesn't matter. No, thank you, Lars, a monster. Lips are bad. So what I do is this thing here. It's actually, so I've got my standard rail blueprints. I have a train stop that glues onto them with the crossing here. It is offset, so it does signal properly. It also contains a combinator thing in here to alternate the... You see this is off. And so it alternates, it does an AB thing with each train stop. Yeah, and just reverses back out. Any plan for tutorial of early game? Did have a plan for one, and then Exterminator started his tightening the belt series, and it seemed to cover everything, I think. Oh yeah, and locomotives on both ends. There is a compelling argument that says that you shouldn't, for UPS performance reasons, have the locomotives. Stern needs more guests on some of his series. Did I just start playing the same thing? I was only half paying attention. But yeah, something... I'm trying to think. It was something I was going to experiment with, but I forgot what it is now. This is boring to watch and too slow. What does two engines on both sides do? So trains can only propel in one direction. So if you only have them on the front, it can only ever go forwards. And it can never reverse. So when a train pulls in, it's using these two locos. And then when it reverses out, see, it's using these two locos. The smoke's coming out these. There's no smoke coming out the rear. The ability to reverse is really handy. Particularly when things get stuck. Yeah, automatic can't reverse without locos pointing in the reverse direction. Now, just quickly paste these signal settings. You should probably stay until you're empty. Why didn't you stay until you're empty? Are rail blueprints available? Hey, Tinvek. So they're on the... I actually did update the... I nearly walked that way. Eh. Oh, it's fine. I did update the blueprint strings on the paste bin, exclamation mark paste bin, to find those. And actually, I might open it now. Some new stuff there. Yeah, that's right, the bot module factories and the belt balancers and extractors is there now too. So, where is it? There it is. So this book here is there now. And this is all of the balancers that I'd normally use. So it's a 4-lane yellow, 4-lane red, 4-lane blue. You know, that if I can get to show the 8-lane yellow, 8-lane red, 8-lane blue, And again, 16 red. There it is. Only 16 in red and blue. No yellow one. Remains separate repro on GitHub for mine. That's not a bad idea, actually. And then the 4-lane extractors. Red, blue. And then a few 2 from 8s. So it's a left facing 2 from 8. And then a right hand facing one. Is Nightbot like broken or something? Oh, maybe it is actually. Good point. Yeah, I did have a name change. I thought of GIFO about the bear, aside from you're a dev, they render markdown on the page, so reading... That's true, yeah. Did you design the frontier map to only have one spot of oil in the starting area? It was random, but it was intended to be minimal in the starting area, so that you have to actually go fight for it. That's weird, it kept playing the same thing. But I did change the biter. So the biter expansions turned up. The spawner kills influence on evolution has turned way down, and so was the expansion distance. So it is a lot easier than the original one. There's some... I eventually want it to be a random map, but to make a random map the way I want it, it's actually really tricky to implement. It's not easy. Just seeing what this does. Hey, there he is. Alright. There it is. Don't see rail prints on base bin? Huh. I thought I fixed all that. Yeah, there's none there. Yeah... I'm confused. I'll have to have a look at that. After. Yeah, because I did actually put all of them there. Maybe I didn't save them or something. Something dumb. You're already using the green wire just to make life... Oh, I can't do that now. Just be suicidal, walk across there. Jeez, has an addiction to that one track. I need both. I knew I was missing something. One needs to join the whole lot together, and one is just for the one unloader. One wire, that is. Bookmark it and check it again when I have time to play. Alrighty. I couldn't help but notice the views on the first one flew up pretty quick on the ones they added. So, need a decidolator, a methylator, a methylator. That goes in there. In there. Thank you for the sub there. 2 months. 2-month resub. Thank you very much. Now I've lost my... What am I thinking of? Dividing. -2. Outputting that. We never say everything greater than 0, because that means all of these signals has to be greater than 0. We just make it output red. And if we want a light bulb, I'll wire that to there, that's to there, then bring that up to there. So use colors, just anything greater than 0. And the cyan, because it has a lower priority, it'll take over when the red's gone. No worries, keep factoring like you do. I will. I shall, indeed. I actually don't need the red wire here after all. I probably could filter all of this crap out too. You linked to the main network? Yes, yes you are. Do I have a spare blueprint also? Probably not by the looks of this. Oh, that can go. The UPS? Yeah, it's not bad. It has been better. Certainly has been worse. How long till the train controller will be long enough for Exterm to complain and say the game develops too slow? Pretty much. What's the most UPS? 60? The minimum is, what was the record? Like 2? Was it 2 or 3? Because that time when we moved the smelting comes to my mind. Alright, helps to plug this thing in. I'm just going to need some kind of filter on that, I think. Under 10's unplayable. It is, actually. It's too slow to do anything. I don't actually need the red wire now. Hey, Binary, how's it going? It was actually Kavorax who said that, under 60's unplayable. I was actually going to send this to Kavorax and I never did. So I was going to be like, hey, you know that under 60 UPS is unplayable thing? Make this map faster. I'm doing this all wrong. It's hilarious. I've been waiting 2 weeks. Oh, I know. I know what you mean. I managed to get onto Will's map yesterday. By some miracle. So got a speed increase, but I didn't notice. Got 180 megabit. Ooh. That's a big speed increase. Alright, so you're out of coal. Good to know. There comes a coal train. Clowntown with a host. Thank you very much. How's it going, Clowntown? I didn't even know you were on. From 125. Ooh. Ooh, look at it, Blinky. It's just trying to fight against the shoveling of the coal. It's nice they push it and optimize for the mega base. Yeah. So I had this twice as many plastic to coal for because it's like a 2 to 1. I'm not sure that's working. Because it's not getting ahead. Hey, Binary. It was a great PvP. It was fantastic, wasn't it? That was all Clowntown too. Like, when you're organizing something like that, it's all down to, like, the success of it is how well organized it is, and it was immaculately, perfectly organized. And so yeah, it's all Clowntown there. For putting all that effort in. What you got in? It's not leaving when it's, yeah, it's taking too long to unload. Should we talk shop off air soon? Alrighty, will do. I'll let you know when I'm free. Got another one to do. Also, Clowntown is another great streamer who I should do a shout out to, Van Andy. There we go. So I think I remember with Anti is he plays pretty high level Go, which is that board that what is that game from? Japanese board game or something. I can't remember. I probably didn't need to do that. I've confused myself already. Go with Chinese, that's the one. Yeah, because Anti does play it quite a bit. Fellows go as risky as to access allies. That's very true there too. Because Anti, as I said, like again with organising the event, the success of it is determined by the amount of preparation you do, and because he does the most preparation, he's the most. He does the best because he's the most organised. Everything you do in life is dependent on how well organised you are. Uh-oh. That could have been bad. First-hand experience, we were up Thursday night working on the map. And to message me during that time working on your strategy. Did I ever upload saves this map? Not really. I've been holding off on that. I better not move right now. Taking too long to unload. Which ain't good. I'm fairly certain this is the same thing Sturm used though. Asked about the map seed more than anyone, yeah, of course. Where'd that thingy go? There it is. I know there's a train coming. I don't know which track it's going into. It was funny too, Exterm complaining about it. That was just those broken. I remember complaining it was they could beat him by out mega basing him because he can't do that. He can only speedrun. But and so I remember they were trying to go in the direction of PvPing mega bases. Yeah, PvPing mega bases to outwit Anti. But the trouble is that because Anti's so much faster, he can do this, like, no matter what you do, he'll always have more production. 4 hours is enough for me, guys. Yeah, so they wanted to do like a 24-hour run, split up into multiple sessions. The trouble is that Anti would be done in the 8 hours. It would have a base finished and complete and just be feeding it resources. And the others would be still grinding out modules. How's that look? 13k? Even at 24 hours, yeah. It would just increase the lead. It's almost keeping up. Just want to cut back on the weeds. Kind of interesting. Obviously different kind of weight classes. That is interesting. Ah, lurkin mode engaged. Yeah, the cheat engine thing. That's quite interesting. So I wonder if people are doing that in multiplayer games, or what the story is. I might ask him. I'm just wasting time mulling around. So this light turns red. So this one is receiving coal. So whichever has more than the other turns red. If I hover over this, see how every time it hits 0, it goes cyan again. And so now, because there's 2 unloading, it's going to fight each other. Hey, what's going on? Just a little bit of mega basing, a little bit of coal mining. Really going to lurk this time? We'll see about that. Yeah, so all it does is just means that all the trains won't just go to here, making this one full and leaving this one empty. So when this one has more coal in it than this one, the trains will want to go there. It just helps distribute the coal to maximize production. I ought to do something about this exit. Hey, Salsa, how's it going? It just turns off the train signal because they're so close. Because there's one here, one here. It's close enough that you can just turn off the signal. I did actually, yeah, I did. I did actually set that right. Making 2 belt base. I haven't actually finished with the 2 red belt base yet. It's still not getting up to full speed. I say that and it's actually pretty close now. But it never sustains it. It always falls flat. See, it's falling short on plastic again. Possibly. Yes. Yeah, so if it isn't iron plate, which is actually, by the looks of it, running short. Alright, that thing. Yeah, so it's running short on iron ore. For steel plate, actually, not iron plate. Okay. Trying to go 7 science per sec to 80. What's that? Half a yellow belt, isn't it? Thereabouts? Which is not insignificant. Bye-bye train. It's delivering tiny little bit of iron plate to the nuclear. The track sounds, was there a rhyme or reason? Not at all. Basically just makes a random tone. Each track makes a tone, and the tone chosen for each track is random. And there's the track counter. Zenith helped set this up. It provided a very nice display. Yes, so there's 15,708 on that. 11,578. And so on and so forth. 15,000. It should be like 95. Yeah, there it is, 95,000. 46,000. The discrepancy between those two is there was a lane switcher here at one point. Be interesting sometimes. Yeah, so I believe Zistu's done that. There is a clip of him where he's walking down a track and where he had notes controlled by gates as the train went through. Was foil geek map updated to the latest? I updated at the same time as the other one. So in theory it should be the latest still. Alright, so the next adventure is a little bit of track building. This is something I talked about the last time that I really need to do. I'll go stop here. Ish. It's a fallen sun of gaming. How's it going? What am I looking for? Hey, look at me there, how's it going too? I'm a-doing well. Gonna cover other people in maple syrup too. Isn't that what Canadians do? There. See if I get this right. You know what I could do? Blueprint a bunch of power poles. Like so. Ah, I did get it in the right spot anyway. Ah, don't stand there. Hey, Sonny! How's it going? Do I have the rail blueprint updated? Apparently, I thought I updated them on the paste bin, but they're all gone again. Because I swear I uploaded them all. Like, I went through and even put up the single lane ones. I don't know what's going on. There's a crazy button at the top of the... Oh, is it? No, it was a sub button actually that was, I think, yesterday. Was it yesterday when the sub button broke? For everyone? Which, it didn't for me though. So the plan is to make this run all the way across to there. And instead of having it go up and do the big loop, just constrain the loop a little bit. It might be, actually. Let's have a look. I don't know what the word is with paste bin, because they've existed forever. is just hosting random crap. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no private or unlisted pastes. Loop, what blasphemy? There's nothing wrong with a big loop in a track like this. Arguably, there's nothing too... The problem is small loops, ultimately. They're the real killer. Grab another blueprint of this thing. Oh, I have to grab that. Hate the new... yeah. It is possible to get around the new terrain generation, but it does require a fair bit of trickery. The trouble is, if you make a map and go out to a certain point, it you can't escape the swampy waterlands. Let's get rid of that and that. Don't need builder inserters or them or that. Oh, I've got beacons as well. There we go. Put that in game blueprints. Yeah, there was significant map gen changes coming, but they were going to wait until next major release because I don't like messing with a map gen with major releases. Outside of major releases, I mean, because it's really irritating. I think my first 16 map is a good example of that. You can't get good consists? Yeah, that's right. If anything, currently what it is just random. Which functionally, well, the literal interpretation is it's working as intended. It's a random function generating a random result. Unfortunately, you don't actually want a random result. I actually don't understand why people hate cliffs so much. I actually quite like them. I always suspected the problem is that people want to do the late game builds in the beginning of the game. And cliffs get in the way of that. And so it drives people insane. Hey, you like cliffs too. Yeah, because you got to build around them. At least in the early game. In the early game, you start a base, you got to make do. And I think most people just want to do the final base, the final form straight off. I guess it depends on the map type too. It was something with a lot of, like, if you get a lot of cliffs, then it's a burden. That's, yeah. I think I was leading to what you're saying there, Fallen. Fallen gun saving. Yeah, it's all the people that just paste down blueprints of everything. And that's what I was sort of broadly saying with the people who just want to paste down their final base. Because they have the blueprint of their mega base, paste that down, and they don't want to do the early game. Still pulling this thing down too. It's too bad you can't disable the blueprint library without losing the decon planner. And blueprints, the entire blueprint functionality. Outposting, yeah, it does actually. That was what killed it for this map originally, was I sort of reached the point where I had a decent base, decent production, and it was just outposting constantly. And then I revived it when I wanted to turn it into a 1 rocket a minute base. Yeah, scoop it up. Oh. Mining productivity, yeah, oh. When I first turned this base on, I needed that mining productivity so bad. I have to empty. Just build some of this just to empty the inventory out. Today's Friday fun facts, exactly what you don't want to auto-upload. It's not really a privacy issue. They don't upload anything personally sensitive. I mean, if anything, they just revealed that someone was using a cheat engine, which in a multiplayer game would desync anyway. That was a very fun game. I got to admit, that one last night. What law are they breaking? And spell. Thank you for the follow there. Just trying to figure out why it took us so long to get where we are. I just realised actually we had to research things. Yeah. Ooh, nice bit of track vomit. It's nice when the bots get all charged up and actually do things again. Seeing if they're using a cheat engine to create a denial of service, then it's the one using the cheat engine that's would be breaking any laws, not the other way around. I think we'll go on out and destroy those cliffs. You can just run a command too. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but there is a command just to basically delete all cliffs in generated chunks. If you're so inclined. I think they changed what was being uploaded. Like that command. Okay. Progress. This should actually help get the oil trains to run along here, because currently they're trying to run along here constantly, and if I can get them to run around the top, they can avoid the ore part. Oh, okay, because it has to be opt-in, not opt-out. Build... oh. Yeah, I moved it in a track just to make sure I could cover this. Zeno! With the host there. Thank you very much. And welcome everybody. Currently in my mega base building, well, as you can see, building track. That's the map. What do we do at now? 2,200. Trying to get to 3,200 signs a minute. And not quite getting there. It's plastic and copper currently holding it up. It's always something holding it up. I'm hoping that this track will help get the oil trains and such to do their thing faster. What's it look like actually? Yeah, plastic. And that'll be copper. The gaps here. Or will it? Oh yeah, because red plastic for red circuits, of course. And there's a rocket ship of green circuits. More faster? Of course. Hey Zeno, how's it going? What were you up to? More C block? Oh. I finished C block. Evolved. Hey. More faster. I'm trying. It's just a little bit off the screen there. Only bots. Ah. You can tell I'm quite some distance behind what everyone's up to right now. I'm like a month behind You have no character module. Ah. Ugh. I have no charging either. More power to the power arm. Yeah, I've only got 2 reactors in it. It's not enough. Mining up the bots is a pain to do too. And it just wears out the pickaxe. I'm heading towards a patch of oil. It used to be a river, now it's a green rocket. There's a green rocket, which happens to be still a river. It's just the river never gets to move anymore. It hasn't moved properly in this base yet. It reminds me too, extending the length of the train to like 16 wagons is still a possibility. 12 or 16. Wakey wakey. There you go. Do I have 3 length rails? No, I don't. Admittedly, it doesn't so much help. Having it bigger just means I spend more time picking up bots. What I could do... there it is. It can go, I think it's all, yeah, it's all low anyway. This was an oil outpost which got consumed by the base. Pipe leading down, yeah, there's the other part of it. It's only, yeah, thousands, not a huge amount. Jumbo! How's it going? How is it? A megabase is 262 and it's really too small. Yeah, I've been through that several times. I went from 242 to 363, and when I went to 363 I was like, I'm fairly certain I'm going to have to make this bigger. And sure enough, I did. Hey, victory pole. Next move is going to be 312 through from the start. Sounds like a good idea. I think 312.3 is one of the biggest that I've ever done. .282 that I'm using probably isn't the best. Unfortunately, the fuel performance characteristics are not really good enough for what they... like rocket fuel and nuclear fuel. Not really up to scratch. Victory pole, so this was a 012 map originally. That's how old the map is. Hey, there we go. I was worried that wasn't going to get done, that one little piece. When you're ready, there you go. I was worried about that one back there. 416.4 is a nice power too. Yeah, that's why I was thinking it might have to be that. So what is that? That's but the first lot of locos is one track section, then 4 more, and then another one. So that's 6 track blocks worth of train. I'm out of poles. I probably don't need 2 stacks. It's another victory pole. Missing poles further back. Uh-oh. Back it up. Back it up. It's just those. Looks like just those. Full speed. Eh. I remember being told the nuclear fuel was to try and get the ratio of locos to wagons more reasonable, but it's still not good enough, I don't think. Like nuclear fuel made 282 reasonably possible, but it could have been a little bit. What is it currently? 250% versus 180. Would have been better if like rocket fuel was 200 and this was 300. I have signals, I am. Wheel trains can't... no, they can't. But at the same time, the Factorio doesn't attempt to be train simulator. Yeah. Yeah, so nuclear has... It's actually worse. In terms of fuel efficiency, nuclear is worse than rocket fuel. It doesn't... Like, rocket fuel, full train of rocket fuel lasts like 11.5 hours, I think it was. And then there's also people complaining about what the hell nuclear fuel even is meant to be. Not naming names. I have this thing about, am I out of, no? I'm out of charging. I have this thing about, if you want to make a game realistic, you make it boring. And that you shouldn't try to be realistic. Or at least you should use it as some sort of foundation and then use an artistic license from there. Yeah, it's true though. Like once you reach nuclear fuel, you don't need to worry about fuel efficiency. And if you're worried about how long a train runs on rocket fuel, you got other issues, more fundamental issues. But that does drive some people insane. Like that seriously winds them up. People get wound up over some of the dumbest things in this game. Ah, crap. Upgrade locomotives. I've been two minds about that one as well, because the game tends to use research to tech up instead of having multiple tiers of items. And so once you start having multiple, like a Mark II locomotive, it sort of breaks the consistency with the rest of the game. Just want to make a base that requires refueling for the trains at midpoint. Hey, nominate. How's it going? Add a locomotive speed tech. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I am out of track. Alive, but still very busy. Hey, it's Tiger Kitten. How's it going? Tiger Kitten there, always with the best emotes. Oh, you stupid bots. Oh, manually mine them up again. Panu trains. What are your thoughts on a platform that can change batteries in your armor and the grid? What it needs is the roboports, or maybe even a... I don't know, because like the whole thing just needs an overhaul. Realistically, fusion reactors doesn't give you enough. Maybe fusion reactor, for what they are, should be a 3x3, not a 4x4. Particularly given the cost of the damn thing. So its maximum output power is only 750 kilowatt. And then one of these is... so the internal buffer rate is 3.5, so... And I have two of those. So that's 7 megawatt versus the 2x750 right there. Huge discrepancy. Smaller size, maybe just bump it up to 1 megawatt. That would make sense. This would be one of the few times where you'd actually catch me advocating to bump it up. But I think that's a necessity. So that's going to curve like so. I think they plan on you having 4 reactors, no legs. Yeah. Well, I should actually go back to carrying 2 power armors, which I used to do. One which had 3 of these in it. Just get rid of the bots. Power won't be a problem. I think it's just because it was balanced for a game style which doesn't exist anymore. Three reactors. Because, yeah. Let's go back to base. Originally, back in 12, like before the Mark II ports, it was still a problem. Starting to recharge now. You don't actually need that many batteries because they hold ridiculous amount as it is. What is it? It's 100 megajoule, yeah. Which is just crazy. Given how fast they drain with bots, it shows you how big the drain bots are. But yeah, it was impossible to have positive power in before 15 when the first Mark II roboports were introduced. If you had 4 reactors. There's a dinger-donger. Two batteries last about 5 minutes on 2 roboports. Sounds about right. And then as you add robot speeds, because I'm on robot speed 17 right now, as you add robot speed it goes down faster from that. Hopefully the UI update will do something about that. It's actually amazing how terrible 14 looks now. I didn't really notice it at the time, but it is actually pretty terrible. Oh yeah, the base power charging one. It's actually quite a jam there. Oh, it's sort of cleared. Steel's up. Plastic's not. Alright, next step. My go-to ratio is always 1.5 batteries. 1 to 5 batteries? Yeah, unfortunately, reality is, I think it was worked out as like 80% of the mods on the mod portal is basically a cheat mod of some kind. Am I really making cross intersection? No, I'm not actually. Let's see now. I'll aim for about there. That should actually line up with that. I think I'm going to end up where the old track was. I'll aim for about where that uranium is. The next step. Yeah, so four-way junctions are horrible things. Vehicle grid isn't a cheat. It isn't actually, because it's in base game. It's just they don't use it. The vehicle equipment grid, that's been in base game since like 13 or something. They just don't use it. So I want that, which is right there. Yep. The long reach is quality of life, yes. So we plonk that there. My only complaint with long reach is people who is playing multiplayer games with people who play with long reach, because the first thing they do is they just moan non-stop about long reach, not being able to use long reach for hours on end. If you like long reach, there's an easier way. There is a console command. Swoop and magpie, thank you for the. Yeah, there's a console command you can use which gives you long reach. It's just a single game setting that changes player reach distance bonus or something like that. Now I need you. Something ain't right with this blueprint. I think it's been reverted to an older version or something. Yeah, that ain't right. So it should be like that. In theory. Oh, there's two of these. The theory is that this thing is supposed to be the same as the 8-lane. There we go. Up you go. When you're ready. I'm out of track. Never mind. Research queues actually in the game as base game as well. I'm finally back. Yes. Why'd I keep disappearing? I had real world worky things to do, unfortunately. It's still ongoing, actually. Yeah, that is not right. Something's very wrong with this thing. What happened? I did get it. I did perfect it at some point. I don't know what's happened. Oh, it's kind of wheel. Hello. Yep, the boss man's here. It's not. What kind of idiot leaves these victory poles lying around everywhere? Some careless oaf. Just leaving these stupid wooden chests everywhere. Past Mojo strikes again. 2-year-old Mojo strikes again. Alright. Alrighty. It's the wrong one. I think I'm about to hit at some oil pump jacks. Oh, it's nice eating. Hello. Causing trouble, no less. Oh no, I miss them. Apparently I'm not even mining them. Do something about suit power. Losing the UPS battle. Yeah, I noticed it was at 48 before, which means that it's probably not doing amazing right now. Put more reactors in. Yeah. The only issue with that is then there's no room for anything else. If anything, it's always been a problem that it's impossible to power personal roboports with the maximum number of reactors. You want to report a bug registered into 2 weeks. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Make a mod that can make. I'm pretty sure there already is a mod that does that, exactly that. You're starting to get behind in reducing reactors to 3x3. It's not a bad idea, really, because if they're 3x3, then you have room. You gain 4x4 up here. Admittedly, then I think you end up with an odd space here because at 3, 6, 9. Yeah, you end up with a single strip there. If you were to go, you can make 9x9 in there and have a single strip with no room. Or it could be 4x3. So same height, but then loses a tile. How long am I on for? Am I joining FSG? Oh, I think I will. What's the time now? That clock's wrong. It's about half hour. I'm an hour late. I'm the worst. Let's unplug you. 2x8. I think 2x8. 2x8. I was going to say, I think it might be a bit big, but at the same time, you're not actually gaining anything because it's the same physical space as the original. Are you off grid? I think it is. Bloop, bloop. 2x6. Off the wallet. Thank you for the follow there. Maybe this was off grid. I'm pretty sure this part here makes it off-grid. Although I'm fairly certain I did actually fix the off-grid part, yeah. Because that's where it goes to well, you can actually see it doesn't have my name on it anymore. But yeah, that's the old file stuff. And there, that too. Oh, this should be on grid now. The fact that it ties into itself means it should be. Something ain't right with the rail grid. Bloop. It's not quite in the intent of this blueprint, but oh well. I'll have to think about it. Because this blueprint's intended for carrying mainline traffic, it's not intended for branches like this. You're a chain. And you're a chain. And you're a chain. You're a chain. You're a chain. You're a chain. And you're a chain. And you're not a chain. Wouldn't it be a glorious day when Exterm learns how to do this? Without yelling and complaining. You're a chain. 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 I'm all out of chains. Can I get by without chains? Probably. He will never learn. Probably not. It is funny watching him yell and complain though. Oh yeah, the new block stuff. I keep finding faults and errors that I made that I didn't know I had with the new visualization. So that's kind of important. What even is this outpost? And finally watch him get run over, yes. Let's continue on. So let's put a chain signal before and after every track split. Yeah, it's to say mostly true. There's a few exceptions to that. You want the regular to end the block. I know, like with a chain block, I used to put like a chain here as well, and that isn't actually a good thing. Same like here, so it'd be chain, chain, and then the exit there. But you don't actually want that. Instead of having a signal here, you want to pull it back to where the chain blocks end. I'm not entirely sure how to best explain that though. That's kind of a weird thing that's not so obvious. It took me a while to understand it myself because it's unique to Factorio. Oh, hey, commotion socks. I'm just moving some tracks around. Wherever my curve is. Oh, I'm not in the way anyway. I'm moving that line that's going across there down to here, essentially. And then moving this junction over to here to break up that junction. So the ore trains will pull in like that, get out of the way. Hopefully oil-based trains will run along here, get them out the way. Didn't I deconstruct that? It's mainly asking about the rail spacing. So this is my, what I call my mainline blueprint. So it has a spacing in the middle for 2 extra tracks. And so if there ever needs to be a junction, there's a dedicated lane that the trains can pull into, sort of a refuge. And so they get out of the way of the main line up to here. And then if there's a train crossing, they can then turn. Yep. Sporex 3 Smite. 3G Smite? Thank you for follow. So yeah, so if a train needs to turn, it doesn't hold up the track that it's pulled off of. So it comes into here, and if it needs to stop, any train following it can continue on. So it becomes a very high throughput junction, this thing. The only way to make it better, again, is to have the turn-offs and then bridges and tunnels, but that's not possible, so we'll make do. And then it does the little the lumpy bit, lerpaderp thing there, just to save on the size of the crossing. Is that in the blueprint drive? It was supposed to be, because I put it there a few weeks ago, but apparently it's gone. I'm not sure what I did. I might have done something. Because I was sure I uploaded all of them. Oh, rail bridges and tunnels would be the best, but that's not likely to happen, unfortunately. The fact that it's off by 2 track tiles, yeah, I think I know what's wrong. That's my fault too. Because I didn't convert the initial track properly. TTD soon. I should have another. I might ask V what a good mod combination is and do a playthrough of that. It's hard to play that game though, just because I've done so much of it. Yeah, so this straight section here, see how it's, so the power poles are there, and it's it shifts over, and that I think is where the problem lies. So I've actually shifted the entire rail grid over by doing this. So I've broken the rail grid at some point when I did that. Whenever that was, probably bordering on last year. No, it was this year actually, because it was after I did this. But yeah, I done messed up the rail grid. Yeah, rip it all up, re-roll. Now. Now. Bonk. I do like that. There we go. That should at least get something temporarily going. I do it all the time. Let's see, the flaw with my blueprints is it's very easy to go off. If I use chunk-aligned blueprints, then it wouldn't be a problem. But it's the trade-off. You use chunk-aligned blueprints and you lose a lot of flexibility. And so mine are more fiddly, but you can do some more custom combinations of junctions. S-bend soon. Oh yeah, the single. I have a feeling it's not physically possible, unfortunately. Otherwise, I suspect they would have done it by now. What I'm going to do is just go up. Shorter curves. Yeah, I don't... Partial angles, I don't think the game can physically do either. Uh-oh, I see a train. Where are you going? Up there. Things like 33 degree and 12 degree turns, I'm pretty sure are not possible in the game engine. Does that mean partial angles or shortcuts? Does it just mean you're laying track down? Oh, like a 90 degree curve. Now that what I would actually like. Yeah. This isn't dangerous at all. There we go. Like a glove. Why are you stopped? So I can go across, I can go up. I should blueprint this one. Brakes. There we go. How many green beans would it cost? And again. What could possibly go wrong? Stupid victory pole. would anyone leave wooden chests lying around? I've already been through this. They're annoying. Such a silly waste of time, surely. Send you home. Design team isn't creative enough. Either that or you got a nice short leash on the design team. Alrighty. Just pull that. Pull that. I'm never going to fit all this in my inventory. Factorio 3, skip 2. Be like Valve, never be able to make 3 of anything. Wham! That was pretty close. It's kind of funny actually, I'm tearing up all this track just to put it back down again. That's not it. Yes, it is. Just want that instead. Then the run up. We'll also see what happens with Dragon Age 2, Destiny 2. Oh yeah, Factorio 2, Loot Box Edition. What actually, is that the same deal with Dragon Age 2? Do you know I actually have Dragon Age 2 and I've played 30 minutes of it? Is it worth playing Dragon Age 2? Just rushed, not polished. I seem to remember Destiny 2 was a loot box game. I actually never finished Spellforce 2 either. But I was never good at that MOBA style game. Batgamba, thank you for this up there. 9 months. I just realised this has the same problem. The off-grid problem. I don't want to deal with it. Why is it off vertically? Dicknabbit. I think I might make the main lines chunk aligned. I'd like to know what happened to my good blueprint too. Alright, that's in. I have to make a turnaround for these trains, otherwise they'll be quite grumpy. What is the limit on blueprint size? Don't actually know. Because I've done entire... I have entire base blueprints. Done many of those. Exterminator ate it. I know Demon Engineer has a blueprint that still crashes the game, or at least it just fails to import now, I think. There you go. Ah. So apparently all that track laying I did has got to be done again. I'm gonna have to track down all these faulty things. It shouldn't be too hard. Oh, big sneeze. For now, just have the S-bend of love, a little knife, and flat exterminators. Yeah. It is off. By 2 tiles in every direction. Uh-oh, that's nearly 60 UPS. That can't be good. You connected again? Yes, excellent. Blap. There's a little bit of track lag there. Good old track lag. Tearing up all of the track that every train depends on all at once is a pretty intensive task on the game. So it makes every train repath all at the same time. You can't escape it. There we go. Gonna join soon or keep going? Just gonna clean up the junction here. I just want to wrap things up. And then next time we're gonna play find the error in the track. I might actually just do some blueprint fixing as well and sort these out once and for all. But I might also need to go save game hunting to find the save game with a good version of this. Okay, that's in. So it's more or less what I wanted. Where are you trying to go? Copper 12. 7, 8, 12. What? Okay. It's ugly, please redo. Why can't it go to copper 12? It's a full junction. It's a backward signal. Not that I see. It's a full T intersection. There might be a backward, there is a backward signal there. Okay. Alright, I think next time I'm going to have to fix these blueprints. I'm going to have to do a blueprint audit. Let's just head over here. Yeah. If decon the signal, does it... not so much. As far as I'm aware, at least. No, that... yeah. So you still can't come here. Is there another one I didn't see? Can't see it on the map. Map. It's an odd signal there. It's not the end of the world. Just looking at blue dots now. Oh, right. That's still not plugged in. Don't forget to plug it in, you know. It helps a lot. I've ever used the show rail signals. Yeah, I have. I'm not a fan of having it on though. Not that one. Why can't I see it? That one? No, I just turned that one on. Some I click the same one again. How about states? There we go. Yeah, it does get a bit cluttered. If there was a quick way to turn it, like if there was a button there to turn it on and off, then I'd be interested in it. TheoFast20. Rodar, thank you for the follow. Couldn't help myself. So was that all trains happy now? I think so. Yeah, all the rails disappear. It's just too much congestion for that over there now, because all of the ore trains are doing the long run. So that should clear up pretty quick. There might also be a fault with the signaling in this junction. This is an old junction, so it's likely to have an issue. It's a good candidate for the mainline type. And it's also too close to that, which doesn't help it. Remember when this thing used to drop the game to 1 UPS? I don't see any red. There we go. So what's the next big project? Well, I still need to get the... Yeah, plastic is still suffering. So I need to get that sorted. I'm not sure what's next though. I should actually plug that in. And usually what happens with the... Actually, one's in long. It's only meant to be 2, not 3. Yeah, usually what happens with this junction is that most of the trains want to use the same path anyway. So it doesn't necessarily work out the way it should. Jimmy John! Thank you for the sub. 9 months. That's a Twitch baby, isn't it? 9-month hype? Thank you very much. And they're all using the one track too. Because reasons. And raisins. There's probably another backward signal. Or not. Speaking of, need your alimony. If only I knew what an alimony was. Hey, the wolf, how's it going? Let's try that. Can repath in time. Good, wonderful. Because they don't update along the journey, it'll never... And it won't sit there long enough to repath. Won't sit there for the 5 seconds. It's kind of annoying. It means that I'll never... There's one that's chosen the other route, so there's no issue with the track. It is Nord train, yeah. Yes, there's nothing wrong with the track, they just want to use that one path. The problem is lane swapping doesn't work. You gotta have a reasonably equal track distance from start to end. It's a pain. The trains can't find a new route on the mid-journey. Well, there's actually occasions when it will, but there are exceptions. How to renew sub? There should be a button up. It either happens automatically and then the thing shows up when it's time to announce. Big button says announce. 3 days to go. Too soon then, unfortunately. Oh, that's that. Yes, there's a wibbly wobbly there. Yeah, if you sub with money, it'll be automatic. If it's a Twitch Prime, you have to manually poke it after it expires, I think. Because Twitch Prime. Yeah, so there's a wibbly wobbly there that needs to be fixed. So all this needs to change. Ah, yeah, Prime. That still needs fixing to stop that happening. And then I'll have to go all the way along and round here again, and then round there. I might move it down to like here or something. Oh well. I think I'm going to file that under future me problem. So, for now, prime renewal chain changes month to month because it's not at least not a month to 30 days. Yeah, makes sense. They like jamming up the free prime sub. Technically, it's cheaper than an actual sub. Yeah. I thought all subs were 30 days. Or they renew on the same number of the day that you subscribe. So if you subscribe on the 20th, it'll always renew on the 20th. Anyway. Never done money sub. Yeah, as far as I know, you can't do it early. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there.